Hey guys, what's up?
We're here.
We're here, and we're finally doing the thing we've been talking about since Chris and I
Yeah.
met and became friends.
We're like, we need to read all those Buffy and Angel comics.
Instead of just, buying and collecting all of them. So here we are,
Yeah, we're doing it.
part one of a lot, probably, 'cause it's going
Yeah.
to take a while. So we're currently thinking about doing this every month.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
hopefully we can stick to that. So welcome, you guys, to Fangirlz Assemble. This is your first time here. I am very surprised, but welcome. We chose to do 9 p.m. tonight because Omar does have a show right before this. I didn't check to see if he's still going. But if he is, someone hit me up so I can tell him to quit it. So before we talk about this, we got to talk about our wonderful sponsor, InStockTrades.com, where you can also buy a lot of these books. I bought a lot of my Buffyverse books, even some of the older stuff, through InStockTrades.com.
I was going to say, I'm looking right now. You can get a whole lot, if not all of the Angel After the Fall stuff still on In Stock Trades. You can get that nice big Angel the End hardcover, which is gorgeous, that we've talked about. You can still get it. So check it out there. You can get it from great prices. All of these are like 30% off at least, which is wonderful.
Yeah,
and
so
they're all out of print.
Still very attainable.
Yeah.
At least what we're talking about today. We're talking about next show. Not all of them are very attainable, but today's books are. And if you're looking for non-Buffy books, as we've told you time and time again, in Stock Trades, you can get your books up to 50% off. Usually at least 42. And if you pay over $50, you get free shipping if you live in the United States. So pretty good deal.
It's the best deal, really.
Yeah. And even if you missed our pick of the month, our Buffy Season 11 Library Edition by Boom, don't worry, you can still get it discounted, and you should still get it in StockTrades.com.
It's still a really good price. Those things are cheap.
Oh man, for real. 1,000 years of Buffy. I mean, that's what it feels like, Larry. You know?
Right now, it feels like 1,000 years of Angel.
Oh yeah. Hayden is here and has opinions, which I was expecting.
Oh, I have so many.
By the way, Hayden, thank you for sending me your your chronology of how you put together your read-through.
Yeah, it was helpful.
If you're not against it, I think I might make a pretty graphic of that and credit you so we can send it. We can post it. People along this read-through. Although we may go a little bit different order than what you suggested, but I really like your order. It's going good, Nerdy by Nature.
We're live. That's great.
We've read a lot of these books that we're about to talk about. So
we got through them.
The books in question, volumes 1 through 6 of Angel After the Fall by IDW. So I have all these in hardcover. Do you also?
I do also have them in hardcover. I'm looking right now because, what I love about these hardcovers is there's ribbons, but not in all of them.
Yeah, so...
And I thought maybe it was a printing thing, but I don't, like a second printing, or I think there's just, I don't think that's true. I didn't actually look. Let's check in here. Is it a second printing thing?
Maybe, because my number 2 and number 5 don't have ribbons. But the rest have ribbons.
And that's exactly the ones that mine don't have.
Weird.
What's happening? But that really bothered me because I love a good ribbon, I will say another thing. Let's talk about this before you even dive in. Okay, so some of these covers, I like some of these covers actually, and I like that they're shiny.
Oh yeah, some of them are great.
And like the first one's really great. But then there's I know you know what I'm going to talk about. Random volume 4 with a picture of David Boreanaz for absolutely no reason. All the other ones are art, are actual cover art. And then there's a random, hey, we're just going to put a photo of David Boreanaz on the cover. What's happening?
I don't know.
I was like, this is so stupid.
That first cover is great, though.
It's great.
And I will say this about, before we get into anything else, we can just, do our usual talk about how the books are themselves as far as how they're put together. There's a lot of great covers in this whole run. Yeah. I think one thing to be said about Buffyverse comics is that they are not devoid of wonderful covers. And I'm very thankful for that. The only downside for that would be that maybe that's a little deceiving, because if you did judge
Lord,
its cover, you might be a little disappointed. But these are great hardcovers. I mean, like, they feel great. I do like that most of them have the ribbon, and they're still pretty easy to get, which I'm surprised by. I think maybe one of these was kind of out of print, but overall, I didn't have any trouble getting these.
Well, and, if you don't mind a trade paperback, I think those are really readily available, because they did come out in trades after this. Yeah. Let's just go ahead and talk about it. The art's atrocious. I mean, just really awful. That's Wesley.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, by the way, guys, if you don't, we're spoiling the whole Angel series here. This is after the series ends. There's no way around it.
It's supposed to take place directly after the series finale. So for those of you who haven't watched Angel, like Kristan said, spoiler alert, also that show's been out for 5 million years. So I'm sure you're not surprised.
Also, just go watch it.
Yeah, please watch Angel. It's great. So for those of you who are like, okay, well, I can't remember how that ended, the show. Basically, something happens in LA and kind of hell is set loose, and you see Angel and crew about to fight like this horde of demons and a dragon. And it ends. And you're like, oh, okay.
Like abruptly.
Abruptly, yeah. It was wild. And so let's just talk about your initial, because I think one of the biggest gripes you had and what I had too is starting out in Angel Volume 1.
Yeah.
When you first start off, it doesn't actually start directly after the show ends.
No, it really doesn't. And here's the deal. So the show ended that way. And we waited, how long was this? I think it was like 6 or more years before this came out.
When did the show end?
2005, I believe. And then, and these were printed before this was printed, or they started coming out. So let's say this is 2009.
Okay.
Wait, that's not right. Not right. Hold on.
Mine's the 3rd printing, released in 2010. So I have no idea.
I don't know. I feel like it was a while. Several years. Someone in the chat's gonna be like, guys, do your research. I looked this up. I don't remember. I've slept.
The part in the beginning was written by Brian Lynch in 2008. So yeah.
Okay.
I'd say a few years at least.
We waited a few years.
Yeah.
And it in 2004. Okay. Comic came out in 2007. There we go. Thanks, Hayden. So that was just the perfect opportunity to continue it. I mean, because it ended like that. We're all like, oh, okay, that's how it ended.
Right.
That was a choice you made. And it would have been perfect. It's like, oh, great. They're going to just continue right from there. Let's see what happened in the alley. What's going on?
Yeah.
Oh, what's happening? So, Los Angeles has descended into hell, and we're just dropped into it. Everyone's angry at Angel. And maybe it's because this is his face now. His art's terrible. Maybe they're all like, this guy.
And I see what they were doing, but a lot, and I've said this before, but a lot of comics that are like comic continuations or just comics about like TV shows with real people run into this problem, right? Because they try too hard to look like the actors, but they don't know how to do that.
I think
I've never seen anyone do it well except for Dan Mora with the new Boom Buffy run. I'm just gonna be honest. But they did a bad job.
The seasons of Buffy were good.
Yeah, that's true.
Rebecca Isaacs did a great job with them. So I think it's just whoever this is, I'm not even going to credit them because we're trashing them. But it's not even just that. There are just no features to these faces. It's awful. That's right, Freddie.
Background. David Boreanaz went to hug Kristan.
Yeah. Guys,
that face is not Angel, more like a mod Giles. Yeah, I agree. Fine. A lot of these characters kind of look the same.
Oh my gosh, it was so bad. And I think, it was one of the later volumes, which I don't know if I grabbed.
Oh, I think I know which one you're talking about.
Oh my gosh, it was so bad.
Very obviously written or drawn like an action comic book, like a superhero comic book.
Okay, guys, who is that? Who is that? It's not Angel. Who is that? Was that what you were thinking? It's so bad.
Well, because they made everybody super buff.
Oh my gosh. And all the women did not wore like half shirts and their midriffs were showing just suddenly.
Oh,
you know, like just
so bad.
Suddenly this is what we're wearing. Oh my gosh. When they first showed his face, I'm trying to find it because it's awful. Like who is this?
I don't know. It looks like Dean Cain than he does David Boreanaz.
Also kind of looks like a different ethnicity. I'm like, I don't understand.
He absolutely does. Tom, this is IDW.
Oh, here we go. This guy. Actually, I opened to this page and I'm like, oh, it's Jeopardy James. Like that's it. He was like all over the TV at the time. Oh my gosh. He looks different in every one too. Also Connor. What is
Connor.
This?
It's so bad.
Generally Connor too. Okay. Yeah, so we're thrown into the story. Everyone's in hell. Everyone's mad at Angel. I'm like, why? It still doesn't make sense to me when it keeps going. And, you know, can I just jump into my biggest gripe of the whole thing, I think?
No, let's jump into it.
Why are we so focused on Connor? Connor was the worst part of Angel. And suddenly, after the fall, is all about Connor and how everyone wants to bone Connor. Also, like suddenly, like I don't understand this. No, that was his problem. Get away from Cordelia. What's happening? Like,
yeah,
I had to keep reading about him, and everyone thinking he's so hot or something. I don't understand. He's 19. Get away from him. Like, I don't understand. What's happening? That was like half the story. Like, oh, Connor's back and he wants to be the boss.
I don't remember Connor. Memories.
You must have.
A lot of people, that was their least favorite character in Angel. Was Angel's son.
That's just a fact. He is the worst character.
It was very poorly done. But yeah, I mean, the biggest issue right that we had was a lot of these characters felt very out of character, except I guess Wesley, maybe. But like, you know, we talked about Gunn for one. Of course, they try to explain away. Gunn is a vampire in this, and we run into him. He's already a vampire, and he just hates Angel. He just wants to kill Angel. But he's also a vampire with a soul. Or did I misunderstand that?
He wasn't, but that's where I was confused too, because he was trying to do good sometimes. Gunn was as a vampire. So at first I was confused too. I was like, wait, does he have a soul? But then he doesn't, because he talks about how this soulless, because eventually everything that we saw in hell was taken away. They changed the timeline, and it's as if like it didn't happen, but we all have these memories of like, being in hell. And Gunn has these memories of being a vampire and like killing people and stuff. So he's like, oh, that was a soulless being. No, I didn't do that. And I'm like, okay, what's happening? Like, yeah, the characterization for everyone was so off. They tried to explain that away with the vampire thing. When they first showed Spike, he has like a harem, and I'm like, maybe Spike season 2, but not Spike after his soul, right? And then they tried to explain that away later, because I think people probably complained. So like issues and issues later, they're like, oh, something's wrong with his soul. Suddenly there's a soul storyline, and I'm like, okay, because you messed up all the characterization, now you're like, this is why they're acting weird. It's fine.
Yeah. Hayden said, Illyria wanting to mate with him as meaning Connor made me so damn uncomfortable. Yes. Well, in Illyria, there were good things about what they did, but there's a lot of bad things too. I was happy that, like, you know, Fred had more of a part in this. But at the same time, it didn't feel like it was worth much. And then just like...
Especially that whole breeding storyline. And the fact that it was Connor again. I'm like, well, hold on. Because also they brought Gwen back just to be obsessed with Connor. I'm like, that was a really lost opportunity. Because she was a cool character that wasn't utilized in the show. But then they're like, oh, we'll bring her back and she'll be into Connor. She'll be obsessed with him, and he'll keep being like, I don't want you, Gwen. I don't want you, Gwen. It was so stupid. So they brought Gwen back just to do that. Illyria started being into Connor suddenly to mate with.
Which doesn't
it doesn't make any sense. During that time, she's like, oh, I talked to Kate, because Kate came back. And I was like, Kate, cool, because we used to like Kate. Yeah. And she was like, oh, yeah, we were doing girl talk, and she said he was cougar bait. I'm like, Why does everybody like? There's no way. I do not believe for a second that that's canon. That is not canon.
No. Here's another thing. Oh yeah, so like I said, Gunn's a vampire irony, which I agree, but man, what a cool thing to, I mean, like, I'm not against them making Gunn a vampire. What I'm against is them not doing something really meaningful with that, especially like Gunn's origins, right? This would have been a great opportunity to really explore that character and explore like his, instead he was just like kind of down with it because he's kind of against it, but they don't really spend time with it. If I was going to get into a vampire, which I don't think is a bad story decision, I would really like delve into that like self-loathing because he never wanted to be that. Ugh.
Yeah, it was like what they could have done, they didn't do, which made it a bad decision, you know?
Mm-hmm. So weird.
And then to bring Wesley back, but he was just like, he was really weird too because he was like a pawn for Wolfram and Hart.
Well, and just underutilized.
Yeah, and they
were trying to do too much with this whole thing. They were trying to do so much that you didn't really feel like you could spend time with any one character. You didn't have time to connect. Everyone felt so disjointed. Like it didn't feel, the relationships they had been building together didn't exist. And this is what it felt like to me. And that's a bummer.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the thing we loved about any of the shows were the characters and how they interacted. And it was just, especially at the beginning, it's like, man, this is just a bummer. Everyone hates Angel. We're not really diving into it for quite a bit. It's like, what are we doing here?
I was happy to see Gruselag. He did fine.
Yeah.
He was how he always is.
Yeah. That's true.
One thing I am happy about, let me find it, that I'm happy that they did. Gosh, some of this art, every time can we talk about this Wesley face?
Oh my, horrifying, right? So scary. It's so bad. Well, and it just gets worse. I thought it may get better with the volumes. And it got so much worse with this volume 5. I can't get over Angel's face. And he's got a totally different hair color. Like, it's just like he's a different person. Oh, this face. Let's do this face. Guys, that's not Angel. What's happening? Look at that chin. What's going on?
I'm trying to find that cute Lauren story. The best thing out of all of these is this little Lauren story. The one that rhymes. I think the art's really cute.
Oh, that was the John Byrne one? Is that right?
Yeah, written by Brian Lynch and art by John Byrne.
Yeah.
That I liked.
Which wasn't even part of anything.
It's like 3 pages.
Just like, here you go. Here's the best thing we're going to do.
Yeah, are we going to talk about Human Angel? We are. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Well, and there's another thing that was just kind of there.
Yeah, it didn't, because this whole thing, I mean, that was part of the prophecy, right? That he would turn into a human, and he's been around forever, and that's all he wants. And then suddenly he's like, I'm a human, and kind of sucks because I gotta fight people. And I'm like, what? Like, okay.
And underutilized. There's just like, they were doing too much.
Yeah. Too much and not well, any of it.
No, and I can see they had a lot of really great ideas, and I think they would have been well done. Like, if you want to do a thing with like Angel being human having to fight people, not that that's a storyline we haven't already done, because we have.
Right.
It's better utilized in a time where there's not as much going on, so you can really delve into that character and that development. Same with Gunn being a vampire. Same with like Illyria dealing with the Fred part of her.
Yeah. You know, and you mentioned something, storylines we've done before. That's another thing about this. Nearly every storyline they did, I was like, oh, Buffy did that. And they did it way better. You know, even like the Illyria breeding thing. I just thought of Buffy and Riley being terrible to room together. Like, you know, that's been done. Oh, gosh, there were so many other ones where I was like, yeah, Buffy did this, except better. Like, this has already happened. And Buffy did it except better. Like,
yeah.
It's like they just kept pulling storylines that we've seen. Also, upon researching this, apparently volumes 1 to 4 are canon, but the rest of them aren't, which is interesting because I feel like some of the later stories, like some of the kind of fluffy pieces toward the end, like the Comic-Con story, was kind of fun. Just kind of a fun, like, could have been in season 5 kind of situation, right? Season 5 is my favorite Angel season.
Yeah.
But
the later art was
canon. Oh gosh, it gets worse.
Well, and I love, so jumping ahead to the first non-canon book, Aftermath. It's not that the story wasn't interesting, but like, I was really upset because 2 of these characters that are in here look exactly the same. So I could not. Who was who.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Because you have this one guy from the powers that be, and you also have an angel.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they have the same haircut and color.
Yeah.
And it's a bad one.
And oh my gosh. I'm not over this angel look. That's not angel. It's stupid face. Like, oh my gosh. It's so bad.
Look at his forehead.
Right?
How does this?
I'm not over this one either. I've already showed it, but like, look at this guy. Who is this guy?
Oh my gosh.
I kept laughing because it was so bad. I mean, at least I had a good time laughing at it. Like, oh, who's this? Suddenly he's got a completely different look. What?
I don't know.
It's not good. Also, no. Can we just talk about how women are treated in this book?
Oh, it's bad.
I mean, and because of the Connor thing, none of them could pass the Bechdel test.
No.
None of them. Okay. They all existed to love Connor at one point, I feel like, which was horrifying. Connor hit on every woman.
Which is not like him either.
That's the thing. It's like, yeah, he made a big old mistake with Cordy, but
he was. I
don't remember him hitting on everyone.
No, because he was just genuinely sad and in love with her.
Yeah.
Now I think it's gross and I hate it.
It's gross and makes me want to vomit.
Which at least they touched on earlier.
Right.
His memories all come back. He was like, "Oh God, I slept with my like surrogate mom. It's so gross."
Right. Right. But then he continues to be gross. I don't understand.
Yeah, because like when Connor comes back after that really crappy season, he's not as bad. He was just a kid.
Yeah.
Like.
And they could have made him not a douchebag. I felt like the whole time I'm like, this guy's a douchebag. Like, this is terrible.
Well,
and then
on one hand he's a douchebag, on the other hand he's like, I love my daddy.
Right. Well, so yeah, some scenes he'll be like Angel, and then he'll be like Daddy, and I'm like, what? Which one is it? Like,
I gotta go talk to my dad.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah. When Cordelia shows up as a vision and looked nothing like Cordelia. Yeah.
I was even like, who's that? Like, at first I'm like, I don't know who this is supposed to be. It was so bad. Oh. Because that's the thing too. How about we just pretend like all these characters Angel didn't kill off aren't dead, and we just make comics about those characters, because this is bad. It didn't really continue it any way I wanted to see. I felt like it didn't give me anything. What's funny, I think we were talking about this before, but back when I read this, and I was looking through reviews on like Goodreads and stuff, there were so many good reviews for this. And I think, and a lot of them were made back when it came out. I think as fans, we were so desperate for more that my memories of reading this, I had a good time. But reading it now, like being years away from it, I'm like, this is atrocious. And I think we wanted those characters back so much, we would take anything like this garbage, right?
Yeah.
Now I'm far away from it and I can see. And I think maybe you had the same feelings, because I saw that you rated them pretty high on Goodreads back when you read them a few years ago. Yeah. Because you're my friend, so it popped up. It was like, Maddie gave it 5 stars, and I'm like, did she?
See, I don't even remember. And I think like, because I love Angel so much, like, and I mean, David Boreanaz was all we've talked about. He was all of my walls in middle school. Like, I would have loved this. So I was so starved for more Angel.
Yeah.
And this second read through, I'm like, God, this is just bad.
Yeah.
Granted, I've read a lot more comics since then, and I've read a lot more of like the Dark Horse stuff, which is leagues better. And it's like, what is this?
Guys, it's funny because we were like, oh, you can get these books on in-stock trades. I would ultimately, let's talk about that. I would recommend this to crazy completists like we are.
Yeah.
Where we need these characters. I'm keeping these books. I hated them, but they're gonna stay on my shelf. Like, they're pretty.
Well,
the outsides are pretty.
I don't collect. I'm not like an uber collector with a lot of things, but like I'm such a big Buffy fan that it felt really important to me to have all of these, to have the canon at least all together. And I don't regret that, even though these are bad, because I feel a pride in what it was the fun of like trying to find it all to you. And they're beautiful hardcovers. I mean, the inside's not that great, but
yeah, the outsides are pretty. Yeah, it's worth it like that. I'd say if you're not and you want more of that show, we will be reading stuff later that will give you way better Angel stories.
Oh, for sure.
And you can hold off on these. If you want to read them so much, like we mentioned before, Comixology Unlimited, if you want to see the atrocious art for yourself, I wouldn't pay money for these. Or if you just want the nice hardcovers, like Maddie said, we both found a lot of these at half-price books. They're still there. I feel like a lot of just comic shops probably still have them on the shelves because people are like, we don't want this trash. So you could get that trash for yourself.
But yeah, the final trade, Angel, Last Angel in Hell, does have fun stories in it.
Except the movie.
Okay, the movie was weird.
So there's this. Okay, so it's after Hell happened, and then they went back to the regular like timeline as if it never happened. Well, Angel gets kind of famous, so he's like, which was
all of Los Angeles remembers.
Yeah, all of Los Angeles remembers. They're like, that guy, great. So everywhere he goes, like, people are looking at him. So they go to a Comic-Con to get like some sword for something, and everyone's like dressed up as them, and it's a whole. I kind of like that issue.
A Buffy episode, basically.
Right? Yeah, it was like more fluffy and not broody, and you know. But there was this movie that came out that casted, I want to say, like for a while, he looked like a Nicolas Cage situation for me.
No, it must absolutely be Nicolas Cage. I don't know who the woman is.
I don't either.
They can't draw anyone else, but man, if they can't make Nicolas Cage, they got that one down.
So there was a fake movie, Angel, Last Angel in Hell, and they take a whole issue though to like show you what the movie would have been. So it's like an issue of the comic, but as the movie. I didn't think it was funny at all. I was like, I think they're trying too hard to make it funny. Like, Spike was a girl, and it's just like, oh, and then they were in love, and I'm like, oh, like, I don't know. All the jokes fell flat for me for that whole issue. I was kind of like slogging through it. I'm like, oh, this is stupid. Bring my characters back. Like, I don't care.
And I think this kind of joke doesn't translate well in print. I think it would do a lot better. Like if this is a TV show and they did this, I think it'd be hilarious. I like the idea of it, but it doesn't translate as well. Especially like maybe it would do better if you could really recognize all the actors. I don't know, because like I can tell that's Nicolas Cage, and I can tell that Gunn is that guy from Lost. Yeah. But as far as the rest, I don't know any of these people. It's just, yeah. This would do a lot better in the show.
Yeah, I totally agree. Hayden makes a good point. The thing with the Hell arc is that it's like the wish, it gets undone and none of it really matters. Yeah, because it's like we went through that whole thing for absolutely no reason. Gunn was a vampire for no reason. All this stuff happened for no reason. And they're like, nah, you may remember, but it's not real. It's like, wait.
Yeah. What? Which again, yeah, and I think, you know, like Larry said, like the wish sort of mattered because we got to see these scenarios, right?
Right.
It's because you get to explore the characters. That's not what happened here. Because if this was like an extreme meant like that they did, so we got to really dive into some interesting part of these characters and their development, sure, that's great. Mm-hmm. That is not what happened.
No. Yeah, I agree. Also, like, the wish was great, and this is terrible. So there's that.
Yeah, and the rest of the stuff in Last Angel in Hell isn't really good. Like, you see a lot of stuff with, like, Gunn recovering. But again, you don't really spend time with him. You don't really get to delve in with him, like, because he's in a coma, and people come to visit him. Which, again, would be the perfect time to really just look at his thoughts and see how he's dealing and mourning and the guilt that he feels for what he's done.
Yeah, go into his head. Yeah.
Everybody visits me. People don't visit me as much now. But Illyria still watches over me. And she's like, I wanted to kill you and I was going to kill you, which, why? I don't really get it. It's like,
so many things weren't explained.
I didn't like it. I was like, okay.
Especially the things that were like super out of character that were just never mentioned again. It's like, wait, what? Like, I spent a lot of this going, wait, what? What am I reading? What's happening?
Yeah, and then the random Drusilla.
Oh my gosh.
For no reason. And she wasn't in well either. And I was like, okay.
Which they got Juliet Landau to write that, which is fun, but I'm like, they didn't even use, like, nothing happened. Like, if this were like a mini series, this could have been cool.
Oh, I would love a Drusilla miniseries.
Yeah.
I love
especially written by her, because she could, that'd be perfect. But I was like, this is nothing. And it was pointlessly in there. It was thrown into one of the later books. Mm-hmm. Just like so many other things were.
And I think that if she was given the opportunity right now, she would have the right backing to do it, like a better story. Kind of like, you know, with like Spike Into the Light. Hayden says that by Angel and Faith, everyone just forgot. Yeah, of course.
Which, you know what, that's kind of fine with me, because I'm like, this is garbage. If we want to just forget this garbage, that's okay.
And Lauren was the villain in the movie. Don't do my precious Piley and baby dirty like that.
Yeah, that was weird. I didn't get that either.
One thing I'll say that's really nice in one of the earlier volumes is that the actor who plays the Drusilla wrote this really nice, I don't know what to say, but he wrote this really nice thing about the actor who plays Lauren, because he had passed away. And it was
Andy
really,
Elliot.
all these beautiful thoughts about him. And I did appreciate that.
I met Andy Hallett when I was like 15, and he was so lovely and sweet. Yeah.
Good.
He's like you think you would be, I believe.
Well, that makes me happy, because I'm still sad. I'm still sad about David.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Andy made up for it.
Good.
Andy and James always.
Oh yeah, James wonderful.
I mean, he's lovely. Which, speaking of James, I think we're gonna dive into most of those Spike stories, all of them.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah, so we're talking about what to read next. Now, I did a bad and said that we would read Angel the End, and then I was like, well, maybe it's not good chronologically. But then I didn't say anything to Kristan, and she read it, so I'm the bad one here.
It's okay.
Everyone praised Kristan for it, but
hey, spoiler warning: a lot of it's from Connor's perspective.
You gotta be
I swear. Okay, hold on. Actually, let me pull out the first volume and my reaction to this. Okay, hold on.
When he died, I was like, yes, that's great. And then they brought him back. I was like, shit.
Well, and okay, so these last Angel the End volumes, which I read individually just so I could feel like I was productive. You know how it is. Are written by Bill Willingham, who does Fables.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, maybe this will be better. We can go into that because you haven't read it yet. But I will say, my name is Connor. That's one of the few things about me, about my life, that's entirely mine, completely real. That's how it starts.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, oh no, this is from Connor's perspective. So these 3 books, all about Connor. Why? Why are we doing this?
Oh no.
So, that to look forward to.
Great.
I'm happy I got it over with, actually. So we're going to do Angel the End, then Illyria, that mini-series no one can find that we have to get digitally. Is that right?
Well, it's okay. I think if one of us buys it, we can just share the same comicsology, so we don't have to buy it twice.
That's true.
Yeah, but basically all the stuff that's left before we get to the Dark Horse stuff, which is Angel the End, Spike After the Fall.
Yeah. This hardcover, this is gorgeous.
Oh, it's a beautiful hardcover.
Pretty.
And then you've got the 2 hardcovers.
Yeah, so there's 2 hardcovers to the trade.
I kind of want to go get those.
You could still get these.
I might.
Half price.
I got this one, the trade that has all of that in there.
I like the
cover.
I think these 2 hardcovers are more available than that trade. That trade is going for money now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, which I also have the trade. What's wrong with me? But these are like, they match all the other After the Fall volumes,
that's really nice.
So they're nice. And then I want to throw in Spike Into the Light, because it's written by James Marsters. And I really enjoyed it. It's a real little short like series. I got to show off my autograph. Oh, it's like the whole page.
Hi, me. Oh. Yeah, let's do that.
It's a good one. And that one I think is super readily available if anyone wants to grab that.
Oh yeah, and everyone should. Because he's so proud of it too, so.
Yeah. I'm happy for him. So those aren't about Cotter, so that's good.
That's what we need, more Doyle. Just Doyle all the time.
Right? Give me a Doyle miniseries.
So good. Hayden said she wrote a Drusilla miniseries for Dark Horse that they just never released.
I heard about that.
How, like, didn't even come out in issues? That kind of thing? Or, like, just...
I think so, yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, bummer.
I know.
Well, maybe she can come to Boom.
Yeah, that'd be fun. They should just start doing, because they're doing so great with the modern stuff, but also let all the actors come back who want to write for the comics.
Oh, yeah.
And do, like, mini-series of their own, like, little short stories. And I would love that.
Oh, yeah.
Those would sell. They need to talk to us.
Yes, they do. Man, well, I'm excited to jump into the Spike stuff. I hope I like it better. But
there's no doubt. There's just no doubt. I mean, the art alone is better. So there's that.
I just, the minute we get, I just love Jenny Frison covers.
Yeah, those are great. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that cover alone, that's beautiful.
Yeah, because basically once we read all of these, then we're ready for Buffy proper.
Yeah, so. Hayden has a question about...
yeah. We could.
Yeah, I'd like to.
First. Yeah, so how about we... Okay, so...
We could throw those in.
Yeah, do you want to throw them in the month after next, or throw them in with this stuff?
Whatever you want. I've already gotten the end over with, so it's fine by me.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and set a date, like, I guess just a month from now.
Sure.
Because we're basically playing it because we don't want to, like... I mean, I'm not against making this channel just the Buffy channel for, like, the next 3 months, but...
Sure.
1 month is safe. So, let's say... either let's say the 23rd February.
Good with me. Let's do it.
So that way we'll be doing all of this plus Frey and Tales, which I've been dying to read Tales anyways because I've gotten it semi-recently, but I have read Frey.
Yeah, and I think, both should still be available. Maybe not the Tales oversized hardcover, but they did come out with a paperback. Mm-hmm. And like we said, you can get them all digitally if you have to.
And from what I can tell, oh my gosh. From what I can tell, Tales isn't that hard to find. I usually get a lot of this stuff I get pretty lucky with it, half-price books. And eventually I'm going to buy that Illyria comic. Elliot already mentioned in the chat. He knows that I'm just waiting until there's like a 50% off.
So you don't go crazy buying it, yeah.
It's $100 right now at half price. But that's
even 50. You can get the comic issues cheaper than that, I think.
Yeah,
but
if I'm gonna like really go all in and collect one thing, it might as well be Buffy because I'm not doing it with the rest of this stuff. I'm giving up.
Yeah.
Right here.
There's only so much you can do there, right?
Man, speaking of semi-related stuff, Tom King is going to be at Lexington Comic.
Oh, that's fun.
And I was laughing to myself because, like, I get married then, so I'm not going to be there.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, he was waiting.
He was like, she's out of town. We got to go.
I'll be there.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and then Dan Didio, the villain of DC, is going to be at C2E2.
Hilarious.
I'm going to have some words. I'm not.
You have some picket signs.
Yeah. I'm just there to talk to Gail Simone. That's all I really care about.
Oh, Hayden says the Tales OHG is super cheap. Okay, cool. I didn't know. Good. That's good.
It'd be cheaper to buy the singles for Illyria and custom money. You're right.
Yeah, that would look cute too.
It would look cute. I will consider it. But it just depends. Can we get Ellie on the show to talk about the space bugs? If I could just get him to walk over right now, I would. He's obviously watching. He's just in the next room. One of these days, I'll have him on. I mean, before Elliot and I even got together, he already, some of these like Buffy library editions are his. He was already collecting these. Ain't happening, he says. Elliot, you've got to, eventually, we need like a double date show.
Yeah, the Elliot and Reed show.
Yeah, because I mean, when they're in person, it's hilarious.
We'll just sit back and watch them. Try to interact with the internet. That'd be great.
I would love that. Or just have like, what we need is like an Elliot Reed and Kyle Stark show. They can take Fangirlz assembled.
That would be good.
Right? It's perfect.
We can all just complain about stuff. It'll be great.
Oh, yeah. Man. Ugh.
Oh, Freddie, that's nice. I'm going to tell him you said that. Said more Reed, yes.
Yeah. Oh, man, your comments load before mine do. Someone earlier in the chat did ask if, I think it was Chris Verde, asked if we've read Planet Hulk.
I have that omnibus and I still haven't read it.
Oh, man.
I'd like to. Maybe we should do that sometime.
Yeah, I mean, I've read it and I'll read it again. So,
it's one of the smaller ones. I like that.
Right? It's quick.
I'm into that.
I'm wicked down to read that again because I really, really liked it. Because I didn't care about the Hulk until that story. And that's how that kind of works for me. Once you get like one good story where you really get to connect with the character, then it changes. Like, I like Thor in the movies, didn't care about Thor in the comics until Jason Aaron's Thor. And now I'm like all about it. Same with Superman. I was not interested. Did not like Superman at all. Until Superman Birthright by Waid. And now I love Superman.
Yeah.
You guys, I did ask Kristan to join Old Reader, New Reader this coming Tuesday to read Superman Birthright, her and Tina.
Yeah, I'm going to get back to you on that. Actually, do have to check my work schedule, so maybe.
Maybe. That's fine. We can always save it for you. Larry said Planet Hulk is my favorite Hulk story.
I hear that a lot. Yeah, I need to read it. It's just sitting there. I need an excuse.
It's so good. I mean, it's basically Thor Ragnarok, but, without Thor.
Which I love.
Oh, yeah. It's so good.
That sounds great.
Oh, man, are you going to go see, I know you're not a big DC fan, but are you going to go see Birds of Prey?
Probably not.
Yeah.
I didn't see any of the other movies.
I didn't either. You'll need to.
Okay, good.
Good. You can always say you still hate Superman except Wade's. That's fair. I mean,
it's true.
Mark Waid here.
Yeah.
He was Kristen's Weight of Honor.
That's right. Never forget.
We should, if we ever see him at a con, we should really give him like a t-shirt to make it for him.
That would be funny. I wonder if like he would remember that pun. I bet it's never happened to him before, Right? I'm sure he's done a million interviews, but at least maybe that hasn't happened.
I want to see if people like remember us. That's what I want to know. Do people remember us after we interview them?
Who knows?
I'm very curious. I never want to interview anybody ever again.
Yeah, guys, I mean,
I'm not doing interviews. I'd rather just talk to people casually because if I have to interview them, it's like, I don't know
That's why that the Kristen Goodsnook interview was fun because it wasn't really an interview.
Oh, yeah.
We chatted.
Like invite her just to hang out.
Yeah, we really should.
So that's what I want with people.
That'd be fun.
To come hang out.
Yeah, we don't want to ask you questions. Just talk to us. Talk to us about terrible Angel comics. It'll be fun.
Yeah. Oh, Ellie said just watch Harley Quinn animated. Yes, everyone, please. I need to remember to send you my login because you've got to watch it.
I would love to. Yeah, I would love it.
So good. Wonder Woman was great. Yes, it was. That's what got me into Wonder Woman, and Guardians of the Galaxy 2 are what got me into comic books. And, obviously obsessed.
Well, it's funny that you say that, and so many people are like, "Oh, the movies don't get people into comics." I'm like, I don't think that's right at all.
No, it's
because I hear that all the time. I wasn't interested in Guardians until the movie either, so it's like, oh, that works.
Yeah, because after it came out, I wanted to know more. So I started watching like a lot of the YouTube videos, like with Comic Storian, just about the other time, like, you know, storyline, especially with Mantis, because I was a big fan. And then just kind of really fell into all of it. And like same with Wonder Woman, once I fell in love with her, and then I just inhaled all the comic books. And then, you know, one leads to another, to another, to another.
Mm-hmm.
So it definitely did for me. Birds of Prey just doesn't look good, unfortunately. It looks way too much like Suicide Squad to me. Yeah. I think a lot of the Birds of Prey fans are really cautious, especially with how a lot of the characters are portrayed. It might be good, though. It's always hard to tell with DC, because there's a lot of bad ones. But there's some really good ones, right? Because, like, Shazam, 10 out of 10. Wonder Woman, 10 out of 10. Aquaman, like a 7. But I think a lot of people are worried because Harley Quinn is so center stage. I know why they're doing it, but it does make me worry about how everyone else is going to get screen time. King Shark is the best thing ever. Agreed. Oh my God, you're gonna love King Shark. So good. King Shark is a precious boy, must be protected. And so is Kite Man. Oh my God. The Wonder Woman movie got me into her comics too. Good. That's my girl. You know, and when she first got casted, I was like, this girl? Really? This is gonna be Wonder Woman? I was wrong.
I feel like all the best castings like that, right? They're like Heath Ledger, really.
It's wonderful. Yeah. I just hope that like whenever we get the like Mr. Miracle stuff, that they do actually cast a big buff girl for a big part of it. And if it isn't what's her name that plays Cara Dune in Mandalorian, then what's the point?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Birds of Prey is getting pretty positive reviews. Good. Have you watched Mandalorian? Have we talked about it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think we talked about it, but
okay.
I have watched it.
It's so good.
It's the best. They drop him so many times. I'm not over that. He's fallen, and every time I'm like, no!
Man, that show's good.
Yeah, that's great, though.
It's so good. And now I just really want to read Star Wars comics.
Girl, you know what? We should do that sometime via Jason Aaron Star Wars Omnibus.
Please.
Let's do that for something.
Please.
Because I still haven't read the main Star Wars series.
Is that on Marvel Unlimited?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, we should do it.
If it is, then definitely. I still want to read that Darth Vader Omnibus too, but I know that that's not on Marvel Unlimited, so I don't know when I'll get a chance. Mm-hmm.
That sucks.
No,
I think there's some on Comixology Unlimited, maybe.
Okay.
I think.
But honestly, if you want to read some Star Wars this month, if we can find Jason Aaron's, I'm down.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm in.
Okay. Sounds good.
Let's do it. We have a plan.
Sweet. Sometimes we do.
Speaking of, let's talk about that. I believe this weekend will probably be the Halls and Reads. It's the first of the month. Mm-hmm. I got some stuff you need to read, by the way. Specifically, one thing I recently read. I'm like, oh, speaking of buff women, like, you need to read this.
I'm in.
It was great. I think you'd love it.
All right. So
that's a tease. That's a deep tease, guys.
Halls and Reads, which means I will read some stuff. So I have some top.
We'll visually show you the Buffy Library Edition season 11. If you haven't seen it, we will go gush over that together. That'll be fun.
Hold it up. We'll hold it next to the trades. We'll hold it up next to the other live. It's gonna be great.
We'll rub it on our face. You know what we do.
Yeah.
Classic us. End of the month, like I said, the Buffy or the Angel, well, really Spike. We go through every character. Spike, Illyria, all that stuff we said we're going to read.
The pre-Dark Horse stuff.
Yeah. And then we got 2 shows in the middle, guys. What do you want to see 2 shows in the middle? Let us know in the comments or in the chat.
Let us know.
Yeah.
I would like to read some Star Wars if we have time.
Definitely. I'm in.
You know, it's up to you, but I would like to.
Let's do it.
Okay, so one of those will be Star Wars.
Yeah.
Everybody else, what else? Pick a book to review or something.
Yeah, tell us what to talk about.
The library.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
I'm poor. I've got to get married. It costs a lot of money. Is there anything about weddings? Oh, should we? Valentine's stuff? That's
yeah, that's a thing, isn't it?
I don't have any romance suggestions?
Yeah, do you guys have any, like... I mean, we could read Bloom again, because it was so good.
Oh, yeah, I'll read Bloom.
That'll be fun. Yeah, I'm, like, looking around, like, I don't know.
I keep thinking about, like, manga choices, but...
Yeah?
There's not a lot of short manga, like, romance. There's one, like, longer.
Right.
Like, I'd love to reread Mars. I like to see if that is still good. Because if it is, I want to suggest it to you, but I'm like, maybe that didn't age well.
Yeah. Don't you love that? You're like, oh, I love this 10 years ago, and you read it now, you're like, what? Kind of like this. I'm like, I remember liking this. Did I?
I don't know.
Judging my past self.
Kristen, a question for you, because you've read Mark Waid Archie, right? Or do you have it?
Okay, I only have the first Varsity Edition.
Which is beautiful.
And it's gorgeous. I will say it's standard size, I believe. Yeah. Hold on. No, it's oversized. I had to put it next to other books. I'm like, is it? Yeah, I guess it is.
I think it's really pretty.
Yeah, it is.
As someone who doesn't even own it, I would say it's worth it.
It's really pretty. I will say I found this heavily discounted, and if you look around the internet, you could probably find it heavily discounted. This was over half off. I think it was 60% off. So you can find it for pretty cheap. It collects, what is it, the first 3 maybe? I think 2? I don't know. I've only read that far though, but I really enjoyed it. Mark Waid's a great writer. He really modernized it but not like too much, because it's still goofy and silly, and it's Archie and they're like teenagers and whatever, but I really had a good time. The art is really nice because Fiona Staples and stuff, and even everyone who did it after her is good. But yeah, it's really fun, and these are worth it, I think. There's 2 out now. I need to get the other one.
Yeah, I've never read any Archie.
We could do that sometime.
I'd be down.
It's fun.
Especially Waid. I'll read anything.
Yeah, he's worth it. And there's tons of like covers at the end, and they're all great.
And Freddie says, it's really good. And Jughead by Zdarsky is also good, but please start Jughead by Ryan North. Yeah.
I didn't go into the Ryan North stuff, but I like his writing, so that sucks. I liked him in Squirrel Girl, so.
All the trades are also worth it. He has the 6 paperbacks, the first 2 trades.
Yeah, they're nice trades. They're soft.
The second Varsity Edition has his favorite material. Hayden suggests Archie for Valentine's.
That's true. That is true.
Naughty by Nature, we have not done a show on Injustice. I'm still meaning to read it and do a review at some point. That might just be a me video. I don't know, but I have it. I just need to have enough free time to do that.
One day, maybe.
What are you gonna do? It'll be there.
Yeah.
I mean, Archie isn't a bad recommendation for Valentine's Day.
No, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about it. It's a good one.
But we can keep that in mind and take some more picks after Sunday, too.
Yeah, if you guys think of anything, leave a comment. We'll see it.
A lot of first-second books are really good for that, but you've also heard us all talk about them.
I was thinking that. I was like, Kiss number 8. Like, things that we've, like, talked to death. Bloom, we've kind of talked to death. Like, Fence. Did you ever read Fence?
I haven't read Fence.
Oh, my gosh. Maybe we should.
But I did read the other sports one. Check, Please.
Yes, which is also a great Valentine's. Yeah, that's good for Valentine's, too.
And we could even read Lore Olympus. It's the webcomic. Talk about that. It's a very quick read. I caught up in like 2 hours at work. Don't tell my boss, but that's a romantic thing, and it's really hot right now. Ryan North starts his Jughead with Sabrina, and I was more disappointed than y'all with the League of Extras comic.
That's saying a lot.
Oh man, Hayden, I saw that you bought it, and I was like, oh, Hayden, no.
Yeah, we were both like, oh no.
Oh god. And I love Sabrina, and I love this 3rd season.
And the Kelly Thompson stuff's so good.
And I just
skip to that. Like Don't even deal with Chili.
I think Chili Adventures with Sabrina might be my most hated comic ever.
That's saying something.
I feel so mean saying that, but like...
Also, you just read this garbage, so that's...
I would rather read this than ever.
I would too. Again. I was bored to tears.
So bad.
It's just not...
How do you take such a cool premise and make it so bad?
Are they still continuing that? I assume they're still continuing it off the popularity of the show. And I think it's the same people. That's why I'm like, oh, maybe it'll be better this time. Will it? I don't want to try it.
Hayden says Chili Adventures is better upon a reread.
I don't want to waste my time. I just don't.
Hayden, normally I would trust you. But there's something I can do.
We're skeptical.
I can't open myself up again like that. It hurts too much.
It does. Yeah.
I reckon that's it. I reckon it's been a day. I should use all of my southern slang.
Oh, Freddie's saying it's not continued. I thought I'd heard something else, but okay. Well, good. It doesn't need to.
Have you started season 3 of Sabrina yet?
No, I'm behind. I need to. Yeah.
There's a thing I want to talk to you about at the end of the season.
Maybe
so when you get caught up, let me know.
I will.
It's not just the show, which is maybe the best Sabrina adaptation. Come from me, Melissa Joan Hart. I would disagree. I mean, I think it's very good, and I love original Sabrina. I had the phone where like she has in the show, and before it rings, like Salem tells you it's gonna ring.
Oh, nice.
It was my first phone.
That's awesome.
I'm in my room. And
yeah, I mean,
we don't really have younger folks, but it was a landline.
It's a landline. Yeah, anyone, like, because I enjoyed that too back when, in my youth. That's such it's a nostalgic thing. No one's saying that's an amazing show, but I had a good time.
Oh, yeah. Ugh. I want to rewatch it now.
That would be fun. I think you can get all the seasons really cheap because it's been like on my Amazon wish list for a while because it's too cheap. And I'm like, I should buy that.
Yeah. Somebody else. Netflix did Salem so dirty. I do agree with that. I wanted more Salem. Like, it's okay if he doesn't talk, but like...
It's never enough.
Yeah. Come on. I am saying it. It's an amazing show.
Good.
Thanks, Elliot. Okay. I'm marrying in a good one, All right, guys. So we will catch you on Sunday. At least that's the plan.
We'll let you know if it changes.
If anything happens, it'll be Wednesday, but the plan is Sunday, especially because I think I work late next Wednesday. But anyway, so we'll be here with our hauls and recent reads. And don't forget to, if you have any other suggestions or things come to mind for Valentine's Day reads, let us know so that we can review it. Yeah, and I hope you all have a great night. Don't forget to buy from InStockTrades.com.
Where you can get a lot of these books if you feel the need. They are gorgeous, and they will come to your house, shipped amazingly well. Free shipping after $50 in the States. I'm probably going to place an order for the Varsity Edition. Hayden, you made me be like, I should do that. Or Freddie. Freddie did. They both did. Everyone did.
Wait a second. There was an Ashley Tisdale Sabrina?
What? When? I didn't know this either. That's weird. You're like, I need to know about it.
I know we're going to end the show, but let me... I guess she just voiced it. I guess. It's like the computer animated television series from 2013 and 2014.
Oh, we can't blame her.
Yeah.
Can we?
No. Also, she's on TikTok now. She's killing it.
Oh. I wonder what she's doing. She's doing like music too, right?
I guess. She's doing pretty well for herself.
Good for her. Good for her.
Yeah. Speaking of the new High School Musical thing, you should watch that.
Should I?
It's actually pretty good.
Okay. Now, hey.
It should be, but
I'm in.
They cast a guy as Sharpay.
Oh,
and
that's
the girl
fun.
has 2 moms, and like
fun.
It's really good.
I'm in. I'll try it.
It's really good. Okay. Have a good night, guys. We'll catch you on Sunday. Wouldn't recommend